Hello, beautiful people. Yo, the new background got me looking like the Australian moist critical over here. Call me dry critical, am I right, fellas? You mind if I pop a mini? Ugh. Best 25 shield I have ever consumed, my brothers. You've seen the title, you're probably tilted. That's okay. That's okay. Because I think we are being too nice about Iron Lung. I'm just being honest with you. I'm being honest with you, feathers. I'm being honest with you, fellas. I think we're being too nice about Iron Lung. Because people are going to this movie. They're going seeing this movie and they're like, wow, this movie is great for a YouTuber movie. And that is not giving it the credit it deserves. This is a great movie for a real ass movie. If you went into this and didn't know this was Marcus A. Plyer Productions, I would be very, 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 very impressed with this movie. I think it's fantastic. I think it's fantastic. I saw it yesterday. This movie is so real. It's been, what, 3 weeks? 3 weeks since it's been out? And I have only just found time to see it. It's still in cinemas in Australia. I'm not sure if that's the same in the US, but in Australia, it's still in cinemas. Still in cinemas. Fantastic. Still mostly filled. This is a real ass movie. This is a real movie, and it is very good. It is very good. Don't worry, guys. You weren't in enemy territory here. I have obviously seen the movie. I'm not rage baiting. It's very good. It's very, very good. I've got the trailer playing at like a million % slowed. It's not gonna spoil anything here unless I feel like it, so be wary. If you haven't seen it, you've probably got like 1 or 2 days left to see it. Go see it, it's worth it. If you have played the game as well, still see it, because that's one of the things I really liked about it. If you have played the game or watched someone play through the game, it doesn't treat you like a baby. Like, it's not like Super Mario or like another movie where if you've seen the game, you kind of know what's going on. This is not only like a sequel, it's kind of DLC. It's both a sequel, a DLC, plus a completely new thing. It gives so much clarity to areas in the game where it was more vague, while also keeping the mystery and intrigue alive. Obviously, as well, there is huge parallels. I believe I haven't watched any videos of this or seen Markiplier confirm anything, but it seems very obvious that there are similar parallels between this being more than just a movie about Black Lung. There is obviously Markiplier has brought his soul into this. Sorry, Mark Fishbach is his acting name because he's a real person. He's not an internet character. Mark has put in so much work in this, and the whole team has put in so much work. It's crazy. It looks so good. This is a real movie. It is a real movie. It is very intentional, a lot of the design of the ship as well. The way that how the ship, when he's moving around, it's him hunched over almost like a keyboard and mouse. One hand on the right stick, moving the ship forward, which is the mouse, and then the other hand controlling like the steering, which is your keyboard. This is potentially an autobiography as well as a cosmic horror dread show. It's really good. We need to link back to what I was saying before. We need to stop being nice about this movie, because everybody who reviews this movie is like, this is great for a YouTuber movie. It's not a YouTuber movie. It's a real ass movie. There was potentially, I have seen a few, like I'm not the biggest horror head. I've seen projects with hundreds of millions of dollar budgets with more plot holes, worse effects, worse acting, worse sound design, worse scripts. If if Markiplier, if Mark Fishbach was replaced with somebody who's a part of the Actors Guild, everyone would be immediately like, this is an easy Oscar. But because Mark is a YouTuber, that disqualifies him. He is so talented. He is so talented in this movie. And I'm tired of pretending that it's just because he's a YouTuber, he sort of gets... For you to get this consistent acting and this level of acting with, I'm assuming, not too much at least, academy training or anything like that, it is incredibly impressive. Incredibly impressive. And Mark should be proud of that. Mark should be proud of that, not just as a YouTuber project and a self-funded thing, but in a empirical sense of, this is a movie that I enjoyed more than most of the other horror movies I have seen in my life. That is not because I'm a Markiplier fan. That is because I have a brain and I can analyze this of its own merit. I think it's ridiculous that people are, that by trying to be nice, people are discrediting this movie. Be harsh on this movie and tell people how good it is as a movie. Frustrates me. It discredits how much work has gone into this, because this is incredible. This is not something that just happens. This is not something that just accidentally happens, or it's easier because you're a YouTuber. Piss off, actually, if you think that. It's incredible, inspiring, incredible. Okay, let me be honest. Let me be honest and stop glazing. If I'm going to be honest as well, I think there is possibly some areas as well that could potentially have had some more time in the oven, which was mainly, but also with a budget increase. That's the same thing. That's the same thing. If you have a budget increase, that this would be the same thing. I'm gonna say my two main criticisms. There was, in my opinion, I think the special effects shot at the end, the very last effect that the movie ends on, is, in my opinion, could have used a little bit more time in the oven. Just a little bit, not too much, just a little bit more time. It was a little bit jarring, a little bit, I don't think it had the intended feel of what I was feeling with it. There is a shot, for people who've seen the movie, there's a shot halfway through the movie. Fantastic. It's a similar sort of scale to the other shot, and I was completely immersed. In this sort of CGI shot. Whereas the one at the end, if they did it more like the one in the middle, I think it would have been perfect. And there was a couple of times, especially towards the end, where the color palette gets quite red. It was difficult to see exactly what was going on. But there was also, that kind of leads into it as well. I think that's deliberate. But those were my two critiques visually. There was a couple of times, only a handful, and it only happened relatively early on, where I was sort of taken, I was unimmersed by a couple of lines. There was a couple of lines of dialogue that felt a bit edgelordy, but I feel like it's also kind of, it's the end of the world as well. A couple of lines that maybe took me out a little bit, but other than that, these are splitting hairs. These are nitpicks. These are niche picks. I think it was a fantastic movie. I think that it's not for everyone, but cosmic horror isn't meant to be for everyone. I think if you like cosmic horror, and if you like creative storytelling, and if you like this sci-fi in general, it's really good. It's really good. It also has, there's a lot of times, because nobody knows what's going on in this world. Nobody knows what's going on in this world. I'm skirting around stuff. It's really hard to censor myself and not just spoil everything. But nobody knows what's happening at the end of the world. This is like post-apocalyptic. Nobody knows if this is just an isolated incident that happened to them, or that everyone else has been eradicated. It's so interesting. It's such an interesting concept, and the whole thing about the subtext of, I think I'm picking up on the right thing, that Mark is this person in a room trying out something new and being a pioneer is very interesting. And also it becomes very apparent halfway through the movie that Mark's character is like, people are relying on him. People are relying on him heavy, and if he fails, he's letting everyone else down, which I think is obviously cognizant of his work in general. There is having millions of fans and followers everywhere, and having a full team working for you. If you're not on point, if you don't succeed in this little room that you're in, on your keyboard and mouse, if you don't succeed, then what's going to be there? And I feel like that struggle of responsibility versus like how much that responsibility takes a toll on a man, or on someone who has so many other people's livelihoods riding on them. This is in both movies and Mark in real life. Like if Mark was not to succeed in videos, he would put people out of a job, out of money, and they wouldn't get fed, and they would have to either find work somewhere else or starve. So it is kind of, it's weird saying that the apocalyptic movie about a blood ocean is actually a story about the struggles of a YouTuber. Sounds ridiculous, but I don't really think it is. If you see the movie, tell me that I'm reading into it too much. Tell me that I'm being insane. But I think that you can't spend years of your life working on a project like this so passionately and not find the links in that chain. I think that this is a very deliberate choice, and I think it's very smart. And for those who picked up on it, let me know in the comments what you thought of the movie. Do you think I'm glazing it too much? Because I think I'm being quite honest with it. I think after having 24 hours to sort of stew over it, I am still thinking about that movie, and that's usually a metric of whether I find that a movie is good or not. Because if I'm thinking about it after, then it's not just pumped out to get me in the seat, it's made to get me to think. And I think that it is great. I think that it's a great movie. Everyone involved should be proud. I think everyone did a fantastic job, and seeing how small the credits are, it is just indicative of the talent that was involved. I think that everyone should be proud, and if you did any sort of work on this movie, I don't think there is a single area that was lacking. I think that it is a very tight ship, a very good movie, and if the team that worked on this wants to make another one, I can't wait for that movie. If not, no pressure. You smashed it out of the park, 100% hit rate already. So I think that's good. Dry Critical signing out. Bye.